Nous arrivons. Avez-vous pensé à prendre toutes vos affaires? N'oubliez rien.
Hi everyone, welcome back to part 2 of our honeymoon series. Where we left off, we were taking the train from Barcelona to the south of France. It was a long day of travel, but the views were gorgeous, and after several hours and 3 different trains, we finally arrived in Cannes. From the train station, we took an Uber to our Airbnb, which was about 20 minutes away. We got there as the sun was setting, and it was just gorgeous. We were so hot and sticky from being on the packed trains all day that we immediately jumped into the incredible pool there.
Wow, Jesse. Wow. He's living. Wow.
We woke up that morning with no food in the house, so it was time for a trip to the local supermarket.
Our Airbnb host got us this. So good. It's like biting into a fresh apple. There are a lot of vegan meats, but not a lot of like dairy spreads and pas de beurre, butter. Oh, I think I might have found some.
I just saw this and gasped. If you follow her on TikTok, she talks about French stuff. I have been dying to try this.
Okay, so you guys always ask me questions about sirop, which is basically like a sweetened, flavored, sugary syrup that you put in water or milk, whatever you like. My family, mint is probably our favorite, but there's also cassis.
I know I'll like them all, but I'm trying to decide between la pêche and la fraise. There are no more la fraise, so I'm deciding to get this one. And then here's our little haul so far.
We found some good stuff, but since we would be cooking most of our meals, we really wanted to find the best of what France had to offer. So we took a short trip from there to the village of Mougins, where we shopped at a local gourmet produce shop. I knew of the place because years ago I had previously visited with my family while on vacation there. And even a couple decades later, the shop was just as I remembered it. They not only have incredible produce, most of which is grown at local farms, they also have fantastic wines, olive oils, and spreads. I mean, just look at these tomatoes. Seriously, some beautiful stuff. And I had to have some of that good French olive oil. Luckily, the woman working there was very friendly and helpful. Nothing says la vie en rose quite like bakery fresh French bread. So I took Nisha to the boulangerie where my family went all those years ago, where we picked up a couple freshly baked baguettes.
We spent the rest of the day relaxing by the pool, enjoying incredible food, and washing it down with some wine we bought at the produce market. If you followed along on Instagram, you'll recognize this just married shirt that I thrifted and hand embroidered the week before we left. I am beyond pleased with how it ended up. It was so simple, and I couldn't recommend this DIY enough. We stayed in this villa in the hills with the most spectacular view of the Mediterranean Ocean. We loved this house with the blue shutters across the valley so much that we contemplated ordering paint for our own home in California to match. Honeymooners, something that made our stay so romantic, cooking at the villa together. There is something so magical about being with your life partner all alone in a faraway land and just existing together. Listening to your music, cooking up a vegan steak with a bottle of French wine and fresh produce in private that you just don't get from a restaurant. Plus, it saved us money, of course. I'll link a couple of our favorite playlists below.
Going to Cannes was one of the highlights of our entire trip. It is, in my opinion, the most beautiful place in France. A 20-minute Uber ride brought us mere blocks from the beach, where our first stop was Marché Fourville, perhaps the most well-known open-air farmers market in the region. The produce is incredible, I had to have more tomatoes, but also the variety of prepared foods is phenomenal. We stocked up on an absolute feast for our day at the beach, as well as some souvenirs, more olive oil obviously, and we also enjoyed this delicious Vietnamese street food as a snack.
The vibe in Cannes is pretty chic. It's famous for its yearly film festival, which attracts some of the biggest movie stars on the planet. And while we were there, they were having a yacht festival.
In Cannes, there are both private and public beach clubs, where you pay a fee which gets you admission, beach chairs, an umbrella, and even towels. At the private beach clubs, you can order drinks and food right to your chair. But since we had our own food, we opted for the public beach, which was just as clean and beautiful as the private clubs, and quite a bit cheaper.
We got back to the Airbnb and enjoyed the rest of the day by the pool while Jesse geeked out over his tomatoes.
Seriously, some of the most beautiful, delicious tomatoes I've ever had or even seen. I may or may not have brought some seeds back with me. We'll see.
Of course, more wine and more incredible sunset views.
Look how cute this is. Oh my goodness. Oh wow. Bonjour. J'aime. Remind you of anything?
Yeah. Might be the exact one.
Look at these lights.
Il y avait un bus, je crois, qui monte.
Ah ok.
Oui,
Mais
parce que c'est par là et après vous devez encore aller à gauche. Il y a au moins 2 kilomètres. Hein.
oh ok.
We decided to make the 3-kilometer walk to the old village because we really wanted to see some local art. The way the sun's shining off of you right now. There are two parts of Mougins, the newer part with fancy villas and modern infrastructure, and then the Vieux village, a quintessentially old European town with small streets, pubs and bistros, quaint shops, and a plethora of art galleries. Again, I had traveled here with my family over 20 years prior, yet it still looks almost exactly as it did then.
This is the bocce ball court Jesse used to play in. He's so cute. Jesse is showing me around the town that him and his family used to vacation in, and like, it's quite possibly the most beautiful place I've ever been. So there's that. This is such a dream. Look at my beautiful husband. This is Picasso. The view. This is the cutest little town. I truly cannot. Okay, you have to see this view. Absolument. We're doing something a little crazy. I'm gonna vlog on your phone because it's a better phone. Yeah. But what are we about to go do?
We are about to buy a piece of art.
We're about to buy our first piece of art. We're going 50-50 on it.
I'm gonna hold you to that. This is a legal contract.
It's a legal contract. We wanted to get a little piece to put above our fireplace that was neutral, and we just found
the sweetest guy named Fred, and he's giving us like an amazing deal. So we're going to the bank, and we're gonna get some money.
Let's do it.
Thumbnail. It is time. Shall we go see Fred?
Let's go do this deal.
Let's go do this deal.
C'est la première fois que vous venez à Mougins?
Non, quand j'étais jeune, ma famille et moi, nous avons visité Mougins 2 ou 3 fois. Mais ça, c'est longtemps, depuis 20 ans.
Wow,
Ouais.
d'accord. Ça c'est un petit papier pour dire que le tableau, ben, il est payé.
Okay, back. We bought our first piece of art.
We did. I feel.
I'm still so proud. And a little more broke than we were before. Let's go eat something. Jesse, I think you need to know that it's an important part of our culture to eat Indian food everywhere we go. So
I'm very down. Love that.
Of course, we saved the afternoon for more time relaxing by the pool. I thought it was funny that someone clearly took a whole bite out of the pool noodle. Jesse swears it wasn't him, but I know how much he likes noodles, so I'm not totally convinced.
say what you want about raw vegan, raw so for it, because it got me the ability to do this. And it also gave me disordered eating.
Our last dinner at the Airbnb was bittersweet. We enjoyed our time there so much. Everything about the place was so beautiful. Luckily, we were able to have one more meal there the next morning, in part to get rid of all the extra food we had before we left.
Our next stop, Nice, which is about 45 minutes to an hour east of Cannes. After checking in at our hotel, we went to check out a local vegan restaurant, La Dame au Surf, for lunch.
It's more of a cafe than a restaurant. Their menu is more breakfast and sweets than anything else, but we got this delicious vegan omelet and this amazing sandwich they call a panini. This was their bolognese version, as well as a salad. For dessert, we had this incredible chocolate chip almond cake. As soon as we finished lunch, it started to rain. We went back to our hotel and checked into our room, where we were again graced with some incredible beach views. Our hotel was nice enough to arrange a full vegan dinner in the restaurant, and we took some outfit pics as we got ready.
My husband and our matching outfit.
Nice, like Cannes, is also a big beach town, but this time we wanted to try a private beach club. We picked Roule Plage Beach Club, and it was absolutely beautiful. Not only did we get to enjoy mojitos from our beach chairs, they also had some really good vegan options for lunch, like these fried zucchini flowers, pizza, and this huge fruit platter.
Remember when I said it's a family tradition to eat Indian food in every country we visit? Well, for our last night in France, we did just that. We stumbled across this cute Indian restaurant in Old Nice, and the food was pretty good. After dinner, there was one thing we still hadn't gotten, and that was good vegan gelato. I read that the chocolate sorbet at Amorino was not to be missed, and it did not disappoint.
And that was a wrap on France. Join us for our next stop, Italia.